lovelies, it's Gretchen. Welcome back to my channel. In trying to stick with doing more book related content here on the channel, I thought I would share with you all my March TBR. So for those that don't know, I have been in a bit of a reading slump for the past several years, at least 5, but I'm officially out of it now. I read, for me, so many books in January and February, but I thought I would try and plan ahead and see what books I'd like to do in March. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to get to all these books, and maybe I'll change things up and we'll read something different, but these are the ones that I'm going to try for. So starting off, I've kind of already cheated and I've already read one book for March. As of recording, it is March 3rd. So the first book that I read was Butcher and Blackbird by, is it Bryn Weaver? I do apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name or anything like that. But basically, 2 serial killers fall in love and the antics that ensue. I listened to the audio version. If you are gonna read that book, first of all, read the trigger warnings because there's a few, to say the least. And if you are planning to read that book, I cannot recommend the audiobook enough. Honestly, I think the audiobook gave this book an extra star, in my opinion, because it was so well done. The narrators were so good, especially the male main character. Oh, so good. Accent, beautiful. I mean, that's basically the gist. 2 serial killers fall in love, and what happens after that is, woo! It does have smut. It wasn't as much as I expected, because everyone's like, oh my god, this book is spicy. Honestly, Akamath was more spicy. I'm just saying. There was some interesting details and descriptions, but that's beside the point. So I have already read one of my TBR, but that's fine. We're starting off great. So if you plan on reading that book, I highly recommend the audio version. I'm also a Kindle girly, so a lot of times when I read, it's Kindle or audiobook because your girl just cannot. Some of these books are hefty, and just being able to pull out my Kindle makes it so much easier. So I do have physical copies of some of these books. Whether I'll actually pick them up and read directly from the physical copy, or if I just listen to the audiobook or read it on a Kindle and then just have it as a trophy. So another book that I want to read and will read for this month is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Now, this book, in case you didn't know, we have a book club. It's through the app Fable, so if you would like to join our book club, description below. It is available only on app. I don't believe it has a web browser component, so if you'd like to join, there you go. This is our first book club book for the Go Read a Damn Book book club. Thank you for the name, Ayla. It's described to me as the Hunger Games with vampires. Considering the Hunger Games is my favorite series ever, and vampires are just a thing for me now because of Astarion from Baldur's Gate, absolutely won me over. I was like, yes, this has to be the first book for book club. So if you would like to join, you can join at any time. This is gonna be the book that we read for March. Obviously, we're already in March, but you can read this at your own pace. You can read as fast or as slow as you want. You can participate in the discussion boards as much or as little as you want, or not at all. If you just want to be part of the group, that's totally fine as well. But yeah, basically this is Hunger Games with vampires, is what I've been told. So I haven't started it yet because I was too busy listening to Butcher and Blackbird, but now that I'm done with that, I can read this. I'm very excited about it. I'm actually gonna annotate this. I've never annotated a book before unless it was a textbook or something for a class. So I'm gonna try annotating for the first time. A little nervous because I don't know if it's gonna make sense. I mean, I guess as long as it makes sense to me, that's what matters. I'm excited for that. I did get the hardcover of it. I'm also a sucker for books that have maps, even though I always feel like they're gonna go above my head. So it does have a map that kind of lays out the lands or what have you. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. Also, the cover is pretty. Next, and even though I do have a physical copy of this book, I will be listening to the graphic audio version. It's not the audible version, it's the graphic audio version. So it's got full cast and everything, and music and background sounds and everything like that. And it's, oh my god, it's the only way to listen to these books. But that is A Court of Silver Flames. I've been putting this one off because I know it's not from the perspective of Feyre and Rhys, and I just love them so much. However, I will say in, what is it, the Silver Frost one? Fast Frost and Starlight? Yeah, that one. That one, Feyre rubbed me the wrong way in that one, so I wasn't a huge fan, and I kind of want a break from her right now, but at the same time, I still love them. So I've been putting this one off, 1, because it's hefty, and 2, I still have haven't quite fallen in love with Nesta the way everyone else has. I like her a little bit better now, but I still don't like her as much as everyone's like, oh my god, Nesta's great, she's a badass, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I think she's a bitch. And I'm sure my thoughts will change on that. I do love Cassian, and I know that it is dual POV between Nesta and Cassian, so I am excited to get Cassian's perspective, but Nesta for some reason rubs me the wrong way, so I've been putting it off, but I feel like the audio is gonna make it better. That is definitely on my TBR for March. I'm excited. Also, does anyone know why the book cover changed? Wasn't it silver, like for Silver Flames? Wasn't it originally a silver cover, but it's orange? Was it silver for hardback and then orange for paperback? Is that how that worked? This book is chunky. All right, next up is another one that I have a physical copy of. I don't have the audio for this. I don't know if people would recommend the audio for this one. I think it has a graphic audio version too, so I could listen to that. And that is Fourth Wing. I know, so far this list is like, I'm aiming high. I just got out of my reading slump 2 months ago and I'm aiming high. So Fourth Wing. My husband has hyped this book up. He loved this book. He was so excited about the second one when we were in Disney back in November that he talked to our waitress at one of the restaurants that we went to at Hollywood Studios. They were like fangirling together over the second one coming out. So I was like, dragons. Dragons. All I know is dragons. So I was like, let me look into it. Let me try it out. I know it's got a lot of hype. Oh, it also has a map. We love books that have maps. So yeah, dragons. That's pretty much all I know about it, is like, what is it? A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Cool. Also, I know that Book Talk goes feral for Xaden. Is it Xaden? So yeah, my hope is that I can read this one. If you recommend the audio version, let me know. I can't hold books anymore. Your girl's gotten old, apparently, and I can't hold books. They're too chunky, but I do like how they look on my bookshelves. So that's why I got a physical copy and a hardcover. I do hope I can get to this one. All right, so for the rest, they will most likely be Kindle. They probably won't even be audio. And this is not the entire list. Again, for February, I read a bunch of books that were not on my planned TBR. They just kind of were like, yeah, I'll toss that one in there as well. So the first one, cutesy little romance, and by cutesy, I mean probably is gonna be smut every other page, is Wildfire. Wildfire by Hannah Grace is the second book in the like Maple Hills series. The first one is Icebreaker. I read that one. It was fine for what it was. I thought it was a little over the top. And like, I love me a good enemies to lovers trope. That's probably one of my favorite romance tropes. But to me, it was almost too like perfect how everything lined up. But I'd like to finish the series, or at least read the rest of it. And also the covers are gorgeous. So Wildfire follows Russ, as well as a girl named Aurora. So, and they go off to camp and they're counselors together. And if it's anything like Icebreaker, it's gonna be hot. So I do want to read that one, because then the third one comes out, I think this summer. I believe it comes out, yeah, June 4th. So it's not out yet. And that one is gonna follow Henry, cute little Henry from the first book. When I start a series, I like to finish it, even if the first book was kind of like, for me. Like with Haunted Adeline, for some reason in my head, I want to read Haunted Adeline. Why? I don't know. Next I want to read is Thank You for Listening by Julia Whelan. Thank You for Listening, based on what Goodreads says, is about a successful audiobook narrator who's lost sight of her dreams after a tragic accident, and her journey of self-discovery, love, and acceptance when she agrees to narrate one last romance novel. And that just sounds so cute to me. The cover, also, I'm a sucker for covers. I know, don't judge a book by its cover, but I'm a sucker for cute covers. So I thought that one would be kind of a cutesy read. After reading all the like heavy fantasy books, I feel like I need some cutesy romance in there, and romance is like a favorite of mine. So another romance that I want to read is On the Same Page by Haley Cass, and it's about a girl named Riley, met a girl named Gianna, they're friends, but then they feel like there might be more than friends, and Riley is questioning everything she thought she knew about their relationship and all that kind of stuff. It seems very cute. We love a good little sapphic romance, so that one just seems very cutesy as well. Again, sucker for a cover. And then another book that I want to read is called Imogen, obviously, by Becky Albertalli. I hope I said that last name correctly. The main reason why I picked this one, again, another sapphic romance, but I found this book specifically because, one, it's got good reviews, and two, there is a character in there named Gretchen. So obviously I am all about that. So it talks about Imogen, who is like knows that she is heterosexual and she's the ally that you want, but then events happen in the book and it makes her question things. So it's gonna be cute, it's gonna be romantic, and then I just need to know how the character Gretchen plays into all of this because I don't see my name in things often. I want to see where that goes. And again, I have been reading, what have I been reading? I read 6 books in January. I read 8 books in February. This list is not the end all be all. It may change. I may not get to any of these books and read other books and well, Butcher and Blackbird I already read. That's beside the point. But this is just what I hope to accomplish. Hopefully more. We'll see. But yeah, that is my March TBR. I'm very excited that I've already knocked one off that list and now I'm gonna start into a second one. Let me know in the comments below what books you're hoping to read this month. If you've read any of these books that I mentioned, let me know your thoughts on them. Spoiler free though. Well, spoiler free in general, because there might be people in the comments who have not read any of these books as well. And even though I've read Butcher and Blackbird, and so it wouldn't be spoilery for me, just keep your thoughts spoiler free if you've read any of them. Also, in case you didn't know, we do have YouTube memberships. If you would like to support the channel further while gaining access to exclusive content, you can check out YouTube memberships. I'll have the link in the description below. You can get extra videos, behind the scenes photos, posts that I only give to YouTube members or anything like that. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go down there, hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye lovelies.